I've been very critical of Kyrie Irving on my podcast and on this channel. And the more that I get feedback and negative criticism for what people tell me Kyrie is, the more the points I say seem to be valid. And I hate to keep bringing this up, but damn it, if Colin Cowherd's allowed to talk about Russell Westbrook for an entire season, day after day after day, I can talk about Kyrie Irving once a month. I just want to do a thought exercise here with you guys. We keep getting told LeBron's going to go to the Lakers, or he's going to go to the Clippers, or he's going to go to some team and buy it in 2 years. Like, he's going somewhere after this year in Cleveland, right? It's pretty much a foregone conclusion. LeBron is gone. So then shouldn't we be able to make the case that not this year, but the following year, the most important person or the biggest influencer on the league in terms of where he's going to play, well, it should be Kyrie Irving. Think about it. If Kyrie Irving at 27 years old, the start of his prime, the second best player in the East, as much as I heard it last year, the guy who handed Steph Curry his ass, all I heard last year, the guy who people were actually making the argument, who's better, Kyrie or Steph, all of last year, 27 years old in his prime? Of course he should be the biggest swing, the biggest influence or swing in the NBA. But he's not. Oh, that's right. It's still going to be 34-year-old LeBron James. And I understand saying this, that LeBron is an all-time Mount Rushmore great player, and Kyrie Irving is not that. I don't think anyone would debate that unless you've just completely gone off the deep end. But let me tell you, I started making notes for this segment and rehearsing this with the thought in mind that, yeah, Kyrie is going to be the bigger play. Everyone's going to be thinking, and everyone's trying to be in the media attention that is LeBron. Everyone's going to be trying to get the ticket sales that is LeBron. But Kyrie Irving will actually be the better player. And I thought about it in this way. I was like, I already know. I usually kind of think off the top of my head when I'm formulating the topics, and then I go and do my research and get my couple of my stats, and I go figure out, okay, is it legit? Is it verified? And then I go with it. Kyrie Irving, in my mind, I was like, could be 27. He gives you about 24, 25 points a game. And I think he's going to transition to be more of a passer. I had some high hopes because I was trying to look at who he was giving the ball to and seeing how does that trend later in his career. Cleveland Cavaliers thought it was a three-point shooting team. So I was like, all right, cool. So if he's kicking out of three-point shooters, he'll always be able to have three-point shooters on his team. He'll be a driver. Eventually, when you won't have the degree of three-point shooters that they have because the guys are going there to play with LeBron, not so much him. He'll have good three-point shooters, and so he'll start getting doubled more, kicking out, and his assist will go up. Well, Kyrie Irving really only gives the ball to Tristan Thompson. The three-point shooters get their assists and get their shots from LeBron. Like, it is quite drastic. I'm not going to bring up all the stats, but you can go look it up. The guys Kyrie Irving is dishing the ball to is not the three-point shooters. It's to Tristan Thompson. It's to whoever's in the paint. Kyrie Irving at 27 at the start of his prime is still not the player LeBron will be at 34 in his 17th season in the league. Like, it is so, or 16th season in the league, I apologize. It is so ridiculous that you guys will sit there and argue with me and fight with me and say, well, he's this, he's that, he's this great. You're just hating on him. And yet, every single point I made was proven right. Every single point that I made, these teams are following. The teams are going to be thinking in 2 years, like, well, if we think we're close to a championship, why do we want Kyrie Irving? You get your 25 points, but you get nothing else from him. You don't get a good rebounding guard. You don't get a good passing guard. You don't get a good defense. I don't even know if he knows how to, at this point, I don't know if he knows how to spell defense. And yet you guys still put him as a top 5 point guard, as a second best player in the East. And let me just clarify this. He's not better than John Wall. Can we just establish that? John Wall is by far the better player than Kyrie Irving. And I mean by far. John Wall rebounds. He gets assists. He gets his 20-plus points. And he can actually play a little bit of defense. Not much, but a little bit. I would take aging, and teams will show you Because you know who Kyrie Irving is going to go up against as a point guard next year in terms of who's available and who do you want? Chris Paul. And Chris Paul will be 33, 34. And teams will still want him because he's still closer to 20 and 10. He still plays defense. And he actually plays good defense. And he's one of the greatest point guards of all time. And he's a team leader, despite what the whole fallout in LA. They'll want Chris Paul at 33. They'll want LeBron James at 34 more than they will want Kyrie Irving. I know everyone's still probably calling me a hater. Like I said, I made this topic and thought of this topic in defense of Kyrie Irving. I was like, you know what? This is going to be the time. He's going to show everybody that while everyone's hyped up on the LeBron train, he's going to be the actual difference maker. He's going to be the actual game changer. And then I went and texted people. I don't have legit NBA sources or close to the sources like the guy in Boston who doesn't know what he's talking about. But I do talk to people. I have friends. Not many, but I have some. And I was asking them, who do you guys think are better? A 27-year-old Kyrie Irving or a 34-year-old LeBron James? And I did not get a single person, and I texted more than 30 people. Did not get a single person tell me Kyrie at 27 was better than LeBron at 34. But you guys want me to believe he's the second best player in the East. He handed Steph Curry his ass. He is this, he's that. He is the best player I've ever seen. Not best player I've ever seen, but he's this elite level point guard, and elite level could be the best player on your team. The man didn't even win before LeBron got there. Think about that. He was so good, according to you guys, that he kept getting the number one pick. I'm going to end on this. If he's truly a great offensive player, your points responsible for is generally hovering around 40. If you are elite, you get closer to 45, and you have great games of 50 to 60 plus, and sometimes you get even above that, but those are all timers. Kyrie Irving is basically the 25 points he's going to give you, and then his 4 to 5 assists, so he gets you 35 points, 33, 35 points. The man had a game where he played 38 minutes and got 0 assists. Huh. That's not good. That's not good at all. Kobe Bryant, even as a declining, or not as a declining player, but Kobe Bryant, even as much of a ball hog as he was considered to be, would get you 30 points and 5+ assists. The year he averaged 35, he got 5 assists. That means he's at least getting 45 points, at least getting 40 points. LeBron James is constantly getting in the 40s. Melo is constantly getting in the 40s. And these guys that John Wall's attributing 40. Think about it this way. The best example to just completely also kill the Kyrie Steph argument is Steph can get you close to 30. And so make the case Kyrie can get you close to 30, right? Make that case. Okay. Well, if he's got to get 30, he's probably going to give up 1 or 2 assists. So give him 30 points and 3 or 4 assists. So 38 maybe touches 40 points. Steph Curry's giving you can give you 30 points a night, which he's proven. Can get you 7-8 assists a night, which he's proven. And 2 years ago, average 5 assists a game were on threes. So Steph Curry on an average night was giving almost 50 points. That's 15 more than Kyrie would give you in a game. Meaning if you're comparing that one-on-one matchup, it's a blowout.